Hello, I'm Dr. Dennis McKenna. I'm joined today by Mr. Matt Markham. Matt, it's great to have you here.
Thanks, Dr. McKenna.
All right, we'll catch up with you in 1 second. We're going to give you the update here from Albany Med. Today is Monday, October 16th. Now, Matt, obviously we've done this before. I should probably just sit back and let you do it.
No.
You're an old pro at this, of course. But for those who don't know Matt, Matt's our Vice President for Marketing and Communications here at Albany Med. And we're going to get caught up on a bunch of different things.
A lot
right?
going on, yeah.
All right, so let's start with last week. We had the Albany Prize here. Very special day. For those that need reminding, the Albany Prize is the most distinguished prize given in America for those who do work in research in the medical sciences. And we had 3 incredible awardees this year. This Albany Prize was started about a quarter century ago by Marty Silverman. Very generous donation, a local man from Troy who gave back to the community. It was a very significant gift of $50 million, and the expectation was every year for 100 years, they would recognize the very best scientists in the country who are doing medical research. And this is our 23rd year, I think.
And the 3 who were here just a couple of weeks ago, really fascinating people.
We've awarded this, I think, close to 10 times in the past, and the awardees that Albany Prize were given to went on to win the Nobel Prize in Medicine, including 2 last year.
Yes, indeed, for their work on the mRNA vaccines for COVID-19. And we had them right here in Albany just about a year or 2 ago.
And they're going to be over there getting the Nobel Prize. Let's talk about the 3 who we recognized last week. Dr. Bonnie Bassler from Princeton, Dr. Jeffrey I. Gordon from Washington University School of Medicine, and Dr. Dennis Kasper from Harvard. Now, Matt, you would agree with me. It was a special couple days. They did a lot of things. First of all, they gave a lecture in ME 700 where they talked about their research. The next day, obviously, we had the award presentation, and then they took questions, including questions from local high school students. Doane Stewart, Albany High. To me, that's my favorite part because these are brilliant people, truly brilliant, and we'll talk about what their research showed. But they had a way of describing their own personal journey into medicine, how they got excited about medicine and research, and really humanized them for me. And those students walked away and they said it was life-changing for them.
Not only were the questions that the students asked fascinating, I could never come up with those questions, but the researchers themselves, you're right, they talked about the joy that comes with being the first person. I remember Dr. Bassler said this, the unbelievable joy of being the first person to make a discovery in the world, in the history of the world. And to receive that energy and to hear some of the incredible things these people are working on, you can't help but admire them.
Now I want to, before I forget, thank our Office of Development and Foundation who did a remarkable job planning this whole thing, Hillary Weiss and her team, and obviously Matt, you and your team did a remarkable job. Spend a minute talking, if you would, about their research. They work with bacteria, what we call microbiomes, how they talk to each other. You want to talk about that a little bit?
Sure. So it's really fascinating. You know, bacteria, living organisms, talk to each other just the same way as anybody else does. And part of what the researchers were learning was how these bacteria actually talk to each other and how they might be able to intercept that to make solutions to medical challenges in the future. Dr. Gordon, in his instance, variations in gut microbiome communities and how they affect health and disease, and then Dr. Kasper on gut microbiomes critical to the development and modulation of the immune system. So the vision that these folks have and the things that they uncover will affect countless lives, and just to be able to listen to them is a real privilege for all of us here.
Yeah, those microbiomes affect health, whether it be malnutrition or asthma. They're talking about other things. If their research is successful in the future, how we treat infections may change. It may not be about giving an antibiotic, but it may be actually creating ways where the bacteria stop communicating with each other. Really interesting. Dr. Markham, you did a great job there.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. I tried.
So again, thank you to everybody who made those special days possible. Let's shift gears. Let's talk about Care One. Let's talk about our electronic medical record and Epic. There are some very important town halls coming up. I attended one recently. I encourage you to attend one. We have a couple on the schedule. One is on October 18th and another one is on October 25th. I believe they take place in ME 700. We think they're around the noon hour, but check the intranet. The first one on the 18th is for providers. The second one, all staff. Why should people go?
To understand how everybody has a role in this. We talk about it all the time. Everybody who works here at Albany Medical Center is a care provider in some way what they do. The only way this place functions is if everybody contributes their unique and distinctive talent to what we all do here. Epic is going to touch everybody. It's going to expand the system. It's going to expand the number of ways people can access the kind of care they can only receive here and at our other hospitals throughout the system as well.
I know a lot of people are involved every day building it, testing it, working on integration. For many people, it would be their first time seeing what it will look like. Many walked away very excited, right? So I encourage you to attend. Matt, you and your team spent a lot of time pulling together information for people. It's all housed in one location on the intranet. If they want to learn more about Care One, whether it be Workday or Epic, how should they get there?
The Albany Med Health System page on the intranet has a link to the Care One website, and that is accessible on every campus. The other thing that there's information there about is super users and volunteers. There is still an ongoing need for volunteers and super users. The great thing about that is that folks here know the culture, they know what works, they know each other. So you're more likely to respond well to someone you already know, and that's going to be a big benefit when Epic goes live.
Yeah, many are excited to do that. Be part of the change, right? Be part of the change. So you mentioned website. Again, you and your team over the last few years have been very busy creating one standard AMC website for the health system, pulling together 4 different campuses and the VNA all into one website. I believe that the new change that's happening now is the college will be pulled into that. Talk about the benefits of the website. What are you guys doing there?
Sure. So it's a phased approach across the system that we're hoping to wrap up next year. But the first phase was what has been integrated, putting all the providers and locations across the system into one central website, much like we would see at other systems locally and around the country. The next phase of that is for our academic and research missions at Albany Medical College. So in November, just about a month away, the new website will launch, and it replaces a website that effectively has been in place since 2006. So this is a big, big enhancement. It's going to be so much easier to find links to apply, to connect with our story, to see our story. It's very visual. It works on a mobile phone. It'll be a huge access point for not only the community to understand our research and academic missions, but to bring new people into the family. We talk about how important the website is for access. Same on the college side. So what you're looking at now are some pictures of what that will look like. A lot of hard work over the last year, and pretty much everybody in our department built a page or had some sort of contribution to the page. Lots of conversations with the folks in the college. We think you're really going to like it. So stay tuned. It's about a month away.
Yeah, we look forward to it. On the current website that we have for the system, again, speak briefly for those out there who want to see a doctor, they want to see a neurosurgeon, they want to see a cardiologist, they want to see someone in obstetrics. When they go on that web page now, it will give them a list of options in the whole system.
Absolutely.
It might direct them to someone closer to home for them in the system. As you said, it's mobile. It's mobile friendly, and in the future we're building it in a way it'll integrate with our scheduling system so that they can schedule their own appointment in the future, right?
Absolutely.
These are things we're doing.
And
you're doing.
We talk about Epic, we talk about websites, they fit together, like a hand in a glove. It's going to be a really nice fit.
Now let's talk about the campaign. You and your team also spend a lot of time educating internal audiences and external audiences. What is this thing we call the Albany Med Health System? Why did we come together? What's the value proposition? Talk about that and talk about the new campaign.
It goes back on pretty much the founding principles of the system itself, that we're elevating one standard of high quality care throughout the region, and of course perhaps more for folks in the communities of some of our regional hospitals. This is a change that we want everybody to understand and appreciate and get to know us a little bit better. So 2.0 of that is the campaign we have running right now, which explains, we've already explained what the Albany Med Health System is. Now we're getting into the fact that we have the most specialists in the most specialties in the most communities in our area. We demonstrate in the commercials that are on TV, on the radio, online, and in the paper right now, some of the things that we're particularly proud of. So our long history in each of our communities of birthing and family-centered birthing, the fact that we are in all of these communities, the fact that, and I think this is the best part, frankly, we get to do this ourselves. We're not getting told by folks in some other state how to do it and what to do. So local governance is a big piece of this, and it's the same idea. You go to the supermarket, you may run into Dr. McKenna.
Yes, you will.
And share his thoughts, and they can share theirs.
Yeah.
But that's what we love about it, and we really tried to portray the vitality of that, and then continue to lay the foundation for future stories that we'll tell moving forward.
Well, it's a great campaign. I've seen it. I hope you'll enjoy it as well. A system that stretches from the Hudson Valley to the Adirondacks. Every hospital has been in its community for over 100 years. And as you said, our goal is to remain locally governed, regionally controlled. Yeah. Very good. Thank you, Matt.
It's a nice story.
It is a great story. Now let's talk about, as we wrap up, we from time to time will talk about various employees or groups in our health system, and they have their week, their day. We want to celebrate them, right? We want to call them out and recognize them here. So this week we're recognizing Emergency Nurses Week, near and dear to my heart, obviously, in the emergency department. Let's talk about a couple others. October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. The health system has incredible people delivering care for breast cancer, whether it be the surgeons, the radiologists, the radiation oncologists, the nurses at the bedside, the navigators, all of those individuals helping together. It's really a remarkable team.
Absolutely.
Yeah, very good. Let's talk about October's National Medical Librarians Month. We have an incredible library here, online,
absolutely,
in person, books, digital, the whole thing. Lots of things that our workforce takes advantage of, our students and our faculty and others as well.
Yep, and they're going to have a whole new web presence in about a month too.
October's Domestic Violence Awareness Month, a very serious topic. We know that often those victims of domestic violence will seek care and treatment inside our health system, in our emergency departments, in our clinic locations. Matt, we have some very skilled individuals who deal with that, whether it be the acute trauma, the forensic collection of the data to make sure that when that happens, we can make sure that holds up in court, counselors, psychiatrists, social workers. It takes a lot of people to care for this population.
And unbelievably compassionate people, too.
Yeah. So we thank them as well. And let's end on a very positive note with our Daisy Award winner. And I'll read the name, and Matt can read a little bit about what they said about this person. These are people that are recognized by the people they care for.
Yeah.
Right? And this month we recognize Hannah Fogarty on C7 Pediatrics. And what did they say about Hannah?
So the nomination came in to us from the parent of the patient who was admitted through the emergency department, and they actually wrote a very lovely nomination for Hannah and said it's not so much what she did, but how she did it. Her patient advocacy, friendly and calm demeanor, her ability to anticipate needs, and forward thinking made a huge difference to all of us. You can tell, I love this, you can tell that her job was her passion. And it was shown in the way she greeted us each night and the way she advocated for us and educated us. When you think about the people that are honored here for the work that they do every day, it touches so many lives. And even, the fact that this family decided to write in and nominate Hannah, must have done something in their life, and they take that energy out to somebody else too. We talk about Albany Cares, we talk about the ripple effect of our actions. This is a perfect one. So, and I feel better just reading about it. So, another example of the good things that happen here.
And they're going to feel better when they get their cinnamon rolls,
I
for
bet.
sure. Now, Hannah, if you're watching this, you need to send this link to your family, right?
Absolutely.
They need to be proud of you as well.
I'm sure they
All
are.
right. All right, Matt, this was great. Anything else you want to say?
Have a wonderful week. It's Monday, so get after it.
Get after it is right. We appreciate you being here. It's so easy with you.
Thank you.
You're a real pro. Thank you to your whole team. We only touched on all the different areas that you and your team work on, whether it be print, digital, media, communications, messengers, everything, the whole campaign, the website. A lot of work.
Thank you.
And,
We're a family.
and it's system work.
It is.
It's system work.
And we're a family, and I'm proud of them. I really am.
Well, we'll leave it on that. Thank you so much. We hope that you have a great week, and we'll be back again and see you in 2 weeks. We ask that you once again please take care of yourself and take care of each other.